Uthark kan gifu vinja hagel nauris jora pertra iuel gisol ty bjerka mader lagu ingoda lages fe. Uthark Hi and welcome back to my channel. I am Koala and this is my little nook in this end of the universe that we call YouTube. I am a shamanic practitioner mainly within Nordic shamanism, and I'm here today to talk about runes, as I will be doing for the coming 6 or so videos on this channel. And yeah, when I sounded the runes just now, I sounded them in Swedish, I would say, because the Swedish pronunciation and the Swedish sounds of the runes are the ones that are most familiar to me and that are ingrained into my DNA almost. But I will be talking about the runes with their English names. I don't really know where those names came from, but I know that they are known by them in English. So those are the ones I'm going to use when I talk about them. So the 4 runes that I am going to talk about in this video are Uruz, Thurisaz, Ansuz and Raidho. And since I have made videos previously on my channel about the runes and talking about all of them, I am going to do things a little bit different this time. I'm going to mix it up a little bit. So I'm going to start off by talking about what these runes, the 4 runes that I'm talking about in this video, have in common. And one thing that they all have in common is that they all have archetypes attached to them, or they all encompass and hold archetypes. And the first rune, Uruz, holds the archetype of the ancient mother cow Audhumbla. She's the one who's birthing the world into being in the Nordic creation story. So her job kinda is to gather energy, gather resources. So the energy of Audhumbla is gathering all of this. So she is the one baking whatever we want to create. If it's a new life, if it's a new adventure, if it's a new project, if it's we're writing a book or we're starting a company. We enter the energy of this archetype, and we can embody it when we start off that adventure by being in that energy when we gather everything that we need and when we decide what we need. So this is where, you know, this pregnant ancient cow is just gathering materia, gathering everything she needs to just bake what's gonna come out. And this is an energy where we don't really discern between what we need and what we don't. We might have some idea that if we are writing a book, maybe we don't need certain things to accompany that project, but we don't focus on that part of the project yet. So this is a part where you can acquire knowledge, or where you can acquire financial aid, or like get your project financed. That is a part of the energy of Audhumbla, and we can call upon her when we need help with these kinds of things. And then the archetype attached to the second rune of Thurisaz are the giants. So the giants that reside in Jotunheim, their energy is chaos. And it's about picking what we have gathered and then just throwing it out there. So this is when we reach the stage of a project where we feel like, okay, I think I have everything I need. I am ready to take the next step. I'm ready to try this thing out and ready to make maybe some mistakes along the way, etc. So we embody the energy of the giants to just throw it out there, just take the first step. This is an energy that we come back to again and again and again. Every time that we stop and think, I'm not really happy with where this is going or how it looks. Any time that we just stop and think and we change something, and we throw something new out there. This is the energy that helps us do that. It is a destructive force that is necessary for creation. And then we have the next rune of Ansuz, and this rune's archetype are the Acer, or Asana as we say in Swedish. So this is all of the gods that we call Acer. It's Odin and Thor and you name them. There are so many to name. So and this rune comes with the wisdom of the divine. So the wisdom of the divine from Asgard, from the top of the world where these gods reside. And it's also about reaching in, opening a channel up to your own inner wisdom and using that. So we have gathered everything we need, we have taken our first step out into the world with whatever we are creating, and then we stop and think, okay, now we see where everything landed. We need some order here. Like if you are writing a book, maybe you have a lot of words and you have a lot of things, and then you realize, oh, I need to rearrange the chapters, or I need to change the structure, or there may be holes in the plot line or whatever, and you feel like, okay, I need to just rearrange this a little bit. That's the energy here, using the wisdom and the knowledge and everything that we have inside of us and that we can channel from the divine to gain that order. And then when we have reached this, we walk into the next archetype with Raidho. And Raidho is the only rune of these four that is connected to one specific god, and that is Thor. And you might think, what does Thor has to do with this? Where does he come in? Well, he comes in with direction, because this is not only the rune that is embodying his thunder and lightning and his role as this storm evoking god. It's also direction. So imagine seeing or being Thor in his carriage high up in the sky, and you aim that hammer and you aim that hammer and just throw it, and it always comes back to you. So it's about direction, but it's also about completing circles and making them into spirals. So after having gathered all of the energy and resources and throwing them out there, testing the waters, and then gaining some order for your next chapter, you are able to find direction. Maybe rearranging the chapters of your book, maybe you've had some beta readers read it or something like that, and you realize that this book is not for the demographic that I imagined. I have to change that. So you change your direction. And I'm just using this as an example, right? So, and another thing that these four runes have in common is energy. And here's my thought. Uruz gathers energy. Thurisaz throws it out there. It spreads energy. Ansuz orders and organizes energy. And Raidho directs the energy. And these are all forces that we can call upon and work with when we work with rune magic and these four runes. Another thing that these have in common is that they are the beginning of any creation, right? So anything that we need to do needs all of these things. It needs resources, it needs to just start the project, it needs courage and just getting it out there, and then we need order and we need direction. So another thing I want to mention is the number magic of these runes. So number magic when it comes to runes is related to the placing that these runes have in the Uthark, which means that Uruz number is 1 and Thurisaz is number 2, Ansuz is number 3, Raidho is number 4. And if you want to know more about number magic and life runes, because we all have runes that we can connect to that is connected to our birth date. So if you want to know more about runic number magic, I will be sharing a video about it on my Patreon soon. And on my Patreon I will also host a course next year where you can walk with the runes together with me. So starting in January or February, we will walk with the runes for 2 weeks each, and then we will switch runes together. So every time we invite a new rune to walk with us, I will host a small rune ceremony for that rune, and then I will share some videos on the runes during each month, and you can follow along and walk with the runes together with me in a course on Patreon. So I'm really looking forward to hosting that, and I look forward to meeting you there. And this is going to be a tier of its own on Patreon, and you will also get access to the lower tiers information and videos when you take part in that course. So I want to end this video talking a little bit about what these runes have that is different from each other. So not what they have in common, but the opposite. And I would say that Ur or Uruz is the only rune with a clear feminine energy. And that Thurisaz is the only rune that is this chaotic. And that is the only one that has an active role in the creation story and creation process. And then Ansuz is the only rune that has an element attached to it. So this is the first time in the Uthark that we encounter an element that is the element of air and wind. And Raidho is the only one that is connected to only one god, that is Thor. So thank you for watching, and like if you liked it, subscribe if you want to know more about runes. I hope that I have inspired you a little bit so that you will subscribe to my channel and follow along on this journey through November and December, where I will talk all runes here on YouTube. And yeah, comment if you have any questions, and I will see you in my next video. Walk in beauty, walk with the runes. Tjingeling!